Hello, I don't know if you guys are aware about that situation that happened in just the last couple of weeks. It was on the news. There was this German girl, 16-year-old, naive, totally uninformed German girl. In Germany, they censor the news. My whole family doesn't know about any of this, any of these news stories, that any of these the jihad stories. My whole family doesn't know about it. My friend Barbara in Germany doesn't know about it. They don't know what I'm talking about. They think I'm becoming some right winger or something. They think I'm very easily brainwashed and all of this. I'm sure they do, and I'm sure that they think I'm crazy and all of this. I'm sure they have, but I know Barbara has compassion for me, but I'm sure she doesn't believe. I'm certain she doesn't believe that when I tell them about the jihad stories. But it doesn't matter, you know. The news is the dominating force, you know. And even subconsciously, it is the dominating force. Why do you think the corporate agenda has both feet in the door in journalism? It's all about greed and tricking and maneuvering and hate mongering and fear mongering, and all of this is all to get into people's psychology, all to make people go in this direction or that direction. I don't want neo-Nazis either. Yeah, I don't want Black Panthers. I don't want Black Lives Matter people. I don't want Bernie Sanders. I don't want the corporate agenda. And I also don't want ISIS or Taliban or Al-Qaeda or any of these extremist groups, and I also don't want any religion. And so when I tell people that, they, they keep coming after me. They keep coming and they keep bombarding me. If you don't want to be taught if you don't want to be taught the truth about Islam, if you don't want to be taught the truth about love and all of this, then don't come at me. Don't send me a message. I am not here to flirt and waste my time with ridiculous bullshit. I don't have time for ridiculous bullshit. I don't have time to self-pleasing, masturbating, aggrandization shit. I don't have time for that. For this sweet babble shit. I'm a realist, and I am a truth lover, and I'm a messenger of love. If you have a problem with it, go. Don't come after me. And I'm not a god. I have feelings too. I have hormones. I have this entire stuff going. And I have anger that is off the charts. And I have extreme, infinite love. And that is why I get angry. When I see animals being bled to death in the halal slaughter, in the Muslim halal slaughter, animals being hung upside down and the neck cut and then left to bleed to death without anesthesia, without knocking them out unconscious. That is extreme cruelty. They scream while the blood blubbers out of their mouth. What they have done, what the Taliban has done to the zoo animals in Afghanistan. I'm not going to get into it. It's too gruesome. And what they have done to the Swedish girls raped, gang raped, and tortured them to death. And they're laughing while they're doing it. And they view women like discardable carcasses, like they view women like meat, like they view women like rubber dolls. You know. To them, it's just the material. And when the women cry and show that they're sentient, then they laugh even more, and they get sexually turned on by that. There are people everywhere like this, but it seems like almost all Muslims are like that. That's what I see on the internet. I talk to these people. They come to me and they say, you know, I'm different. Trust me, honey. Trust me, sweetie. Baby, they call me. It's like I'm old. I'm an old woman, and they call me baby. Man, boy. Yes, trust me. Trust me. Yes, I'm supposed to trust you after I read these news stories. And then, so I put them to the test. I always put them to the test. When I asked them, did that make you feel bad? When you heard about the 16-year-old German girl being lured into Islam, she flew over there and met her boyfriend, in quotation marks, and he brought her home, and there was a whole bunch of men, and they gang raped her. And I don't know what happened afterwards. They filmed it. I think they put it on Facebook. They filmed that gang raping. I just saw a glimpse of a photo the other day of it. These faces, very long faces, and these real droopy black eyes, droopy like this, and with almost like the painting by Edvard Munch, like faces like this, and retarded, you know, like in a horror film or something, and laughing and laughing and laughing. No, absolute, no compassion whatsoever. I don't know what they did to her. I don't know if she's still alive. And then the government took the gang rapers' side, of course, because in the Muslim religion, the man can't do anything wrong. So it is the woman's fault for having been attractive. She shouldn't have shown her face, you know. I just want to blast this wide over the whole planet if I could, with one of those amplifiers, blast it out, the truth about it. Look at it, and I also know that, of course, the Muslims, they don't get any of these news reports. Of course not. And in Europe, all of this is censored. A lot of Muslims are also now in legislation in Europe. Sweden is turning into a Muslim country. And once this is completed, then you will see the other ones following. And then we might get into a world war, a real world war. A civil war turned worldwide. And who knows what's going to get involved. Nuclear weapons, biohazard weapons. No telling. And all the innocent animals and innocent children and innocent bystanders being involved, getting involved into this, getting demolished in the process. And then people have the nerve to say to me, oh, it's not the fault of religion. You can't blame this on religion, they say to me. What is it if it's not religion? What is it? You know, of course it's genetic, but religion allows it. It's religion that gives these men a free pass to do this. And their governments are the religious clergy. That is what their governments are. The prince in Saudi Arabia wants to change that now because he sees how incredibly monstrous this is. He sees that in his wife. They see that. And they want to help. They want to help as much as they can in their lifetime. And I don't have their leverage, but I have my tablet. I have my blogs. I have the internet. Yeah. So I am doing what I can to speak out. And I want you all to speak out. The Muslims are not going to listen to me because their ego clings to that religion. Even the women I talk to, even they say, even they cling to their religion like it's their bodies. No matter how much they are exploited, they complain to me, but they will not leave that religion. They will not dissolve the religion. Okay. That is, their religion has become their I, the ego, the me, the entire me essence, you know. That's how they think. And that's why I make videos against religion and against ideologies of any kind, against any kind of rigid type of thinking process and clinging to things, whether it is something that has been already overturned long time ago in the field of science, or there are still people believing that the earth is flat. I have seen them on the internet. I thought that they were joking, but they are not. People who deny global warming, it wouldn't matter what happened to them. They will deny it because their ego, their self-image, has attached itself to it like crazy glue. You couldn't even saw that apart with the chainsaw. Is it possible to dissolve it? Is it possible to look at it? That is my question. Is it possible for people to introspect? I don't know. Jiddu Krishnamurti and David Bohm thought that it might be possible. Maybe it's only possible for a handful of people to do that in a meditation, and you don't even have to sit in a yoga position. Just you can sit on your table and you introspect, and you let go of that ego and that self-image just for 5 minutes. Let go of it. And you don't run away from the fear that comes up or the trauma and everything that has been nicely tucked away through that self-image and this adhering to that God or that religion. When people adhere to a God, it is an idea. It has nothing to do with the infinite universe. Okay? And I don't know how to get this across to anyone. I just don't know how to do it. But I have no other choice other to make these videos because that's all I can do. Okay, you guys take care. Bye-bye.